It's that time again, when good old Gundam has to work on a computer. Right now I'm doing a voiceover for it. And since most people have already told me they know how to build a computer on my channel, they prefer I BS around, so we're doing that. In this part of the video you can just see me using the included bracket from Threadripper to get the right sort of spacing or placement, I should say, that I wanted for the Thermal Take Water 3.0. Not a bad cooler. My only major gripe is the fucking LED fans are not Bluetooth. They're this little fan controller thingy, and it's kind of cumbersome. There's nowhere to really put it where it would be out of the way, but accessible. It just wasn't possible on the inside of the case, but I did it anyway because I just had no idea what to do other than modify the case. Just had that thing hang out on the outside, and I think it would have looked tacky as shit. By the way, I'm having miso soup. It's from Kimochi, I believe. Kimochi, whatever. You can get it at Walmart. I think it's like $2 for 3 bags. Actually, it's like $4 for 3 bags. So technically, they're fucking you. But if you're on a diet, this is perfect because it fools your body into thinking you had some substance. And then the trick is to fall asleep immediately after. Sorry, I got distracted reading my text messages. This girl's like, why didn't you Photoshop this thing for me? It's like, you have Photoshop. Why don't you figure out how to Photoshop it? Maybe my time is precious. Maybe I don't have all the free time I used to have like 3 years ago. I mean, fuck, dude. Nobody in my real life respects me. I should seriously take, like, print out copies of mail from people who like my channel and say nice things about me and show it to everybody in my personal life. Hey, guess what, asshole? I don't have time to figure out your fucking problems. I'm E-famous. Alright, JR wants to buy my t-shirt that doesn't fucking exist. Who wants to buy your t-shirt? You don't have one. Neither do I, technically. But nobody wanted if you did. I'm a fucking star. Sometimes I think about either pretending to be gay so people leave me the fuck alone, or like crashing my motorcycle purposefully, landing on my head, and then pretending like it affected my mental faculties. I'd be like Crackhead Bob from the Howard Stern Show. You probably don't know who that is, so Google it. Maybe I'll even throw in like a Crackhead Bob clip where he's like making prank phone calls. Fucking hilarious.
You want to pick up or you want to deliver?
I want to you to my apartment.
You mean to deliver, right?
Yeah.
You want to give me the order?
Okay.
What kind of order you like it?
Thai soup.
What kind of soup?
Thai soup.
One time, right?
Yes.
One time soup.
And Tiki Dang Main.
No.
And Tiki My Dane.
If I just walk around talking like this, people won't expect much from me. Chaz, could you fix my computer? I'd love to, Barry. But you see, things don't work very well with my hands anymore. I have tough times jerking off. And they'd probably go, oh God. Oh, he's so brave. He's so brave. How dare I ask him to do anything? I should be doing shit for him. Damn girl, she was like, she kept bugging me to Photoshop something for her. So I told her why I couldn't Photoshop it. I'm busy. How come it takes you forever to reply to me? I'm doing all these things. So I listed everything I'm doing. She's like, you're complaining about it. You wanted to do well on YouTube. I'm not complaining, bitch. I'm telling you I'm too busy for your bullshit. What part don't you understand? God damn it. Comprehension seems to be something most people under the age of 30 have no fucking clue what the fuck it is. Don't walk on red. They look at the fucking sign. I'm gonna walk now. Unfortunately, I made a huge mistake. I know. Like, what a surprise. Gundam, you make mistakes? No way. Be still my heart, what lies you tell. Anyway, I made a mistake. You see the GoPro right there recording stuff. Unfortunately, while actually getting an OS on this computer, I mistakenly deleted all the GoPro videos on my little mini SD card that also doubles as my, or thumb drive, whatever. So I lost all that. It's fucking bitch, because it would have been good inside footage. I don't know what the fuck, but I just lost it. So let's move on to installing fans. Basically, I made sure that I had the fans pointed in a way that I could hide the wires behind the computer, then, and snake them around so they come out from the side and they're barely noticeable, because I really wanted this build to be as clean as humanly possible. And I think I succeeded in that, considering if you look at my personal computer it's a fucking wiry mess of shit snackery. But if you look at computers I built for other people, it doesn't even look like they're made by the same guy. And I guess it's because like I'm always messing around with my computer. I figured why bother making it neat? I'd only take it apart anyway. So fuck it. I gotta say, installing fans, pretty slow. A lot of computer building is kind of boring for most people. I don't know how the hell you could make it interesting unless like you had some girls doing spin kicks and, you know, fireworks going off and some shit on fire in the background. I don't know. Like, I really wanted to just record me putting it together and just putting that up, but I figured that'd be so boring. This is boring. This is boring me watching it. I'm sitting here, I'm falling asleep. I'm like, oh my god. When I'm not actually building it, this is just draining of my human soul. Thank God I don't have much of one left because I've had enough women drain out my human soul. Sexist much? I'm currently in the middle of dating a woman who really wants a dog. She has puppy fever. She keeps telling me, I have puppy fever. I have to have a puppy. I want the puppy now. And it's just like, why don't you fucking just play with my cat Smokey? He's like a dog, except he's a cat. I mean, sure, he won't chase anything, but he'll follow you around like a dog. You tell him to sit, he sits. You tell him to stay, he'll stay for a little bit before he decides that he stayed long enough. I mean, what do you need a dog for? That just seems like a whole bunch more responsibility. Who needs more responsibility? What the fuck is up with that? Maybe it's because I got so much responsibility. More responsibility does not interest me one bit. Shit, what I want to do is have some good times. You know, free ball it, man. Have something wild and crazy go on. You know, I want to flip a car, you know, that I don't own, so I don't have to pay to fix it. I want that sort of freedom. I want to go outside and shoot a tree. I mean, if crazy white people in Florida can shoot a tornado, how come I'm not legally free to shoot a tree? Not that I want to harm a tree, but it's just like I'd shoot a dead tree, you know, to get my rocks off. Shoot a tree and pretend I'm in a fucking action movie. G-Skill Trident RAM. 3200 megahertz, and I think the timing is 14, 14, 14, 32. I could be off. That was something like that. Weirdly enough, with this particular motherboard and a couple of the other X399 motherboards, when you are using around 128 gigabytes of RAM, there are instances where the damn motherboard just doesn't recognize all the RAM DIMM slots. I was one of the lucky guys who had an issue with the motherboard only recognizing 7 out of 8. There were some people who could only get 2 recognized, or maybe 6 or 4. Imagine buying like over $1,300 worth of RAM sticks and the fucking mobile and the software doesn't want to recognize all that RAM you paid for. Oh god. I spent a good long time getting this shit up and running. You have no idea. One thing I gotta say, I love the look of these RAM sticks. The metal finish, the red accents. Very nice RAM. I mean, it's very aesthetically pleasing, which I dig about G-Skill RAM, this particular brand. The owner of the computer wanted just straight red and gray. Me personally, I would have gone for RGB. I don't know, I figure my computer may as well just be as loud and flashy as possible, considering my life is very dull and boring currently. Wake up, go to work on stuff, then work on YouTube, then go to sleep, repeat the next day. Real heavy, wild stuff. It's a far cry from doing drugs with Hell's Angels in a crack house, let me tell you. True story. Did that before. Now look at me, making YouTube videos. My god. The action has ended. It's over. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. I went from going to bars and having chicks lick my face to playing with RAM sticks. Oh my god. Oh, it's like my life took a 180 in the wrong direction. Who needs skanky chicks sending you naked photos in the middle of the night when you can play with expensive RAM? Am I right? Huh? Yeah. That's where it's at. The spice of life, G-Skill RAM. Double and triple checking the RAM. You always want to make sure your RAM is completely seated, because sometimes you may think it's seated and it's not, and that can lead to some of your RAM not being noticed by the motherboard in most cases. Or if it's really not out, I mean, if it's really out, usually your motherboard won't boot. So that's like a telltale sign if you can't get it to post. This part right here, I think, is awesome. It's actually a dispatchable, or no, it's actually a detachable connector for the power supply. Now you have the luxury and the freedom to simply twist off the thumb screws to pull out your power supply. There's no longer a need to screw it in or out. Once you screw it in and slide it in, you're done. I think that's actually really neat. I personally feel that the Corsair case, which it's caught a lot of flack on my channel surprisingly, is a very, very nice computer case. Like compared to the HAF 932 Advanced, the Master Case Maker 5T is very nice. Also, I think it's the best acrylic glass case mechanism I have dealt with personally. Like, it's so easy to work with, so easy to put on, so easy to take off. The key is fantastic. Boom, boom, boom. All the other ones, you gotta like seat it in place. You gotta hold it one hand. You gotta thumb screw shit in. It's a real fucking rigmarole. But I think Cooler Master really nailed it in this one. Oh crap, I'm like way off subject. I'm not even talking about what's going on in the video. Currently pulling out the Corsair power supply, the HX 1200 volt. I felt that should be sufficient. I mean, I did the math last I checked. I'm kind of sleepy right now. I haven't slept in 24 hours. But I did go to a site where you could check the power draw of the system you're working on. And everything seems to be on the up and up. If I recall correctly, 2 Titans under full load, if overclocked, is running you at around 432 watts. So that still leaves you with a clear 400 extra watts. And the Rise, what is it, Threadripper pulls on 190 watts. Now we're at 200 watts left for RAM and the single M.2 SATA, which I'm pretty sure doesn't pull any juice really. It just works off the motherboard, so you're in the safe zone really. I'd say it's the right amount. I wonder if a 1400 would have been better. Now, so far after testing it, it seems to be completely rock solid stable. I'll tell you that right now. Oh crud. This is the cable mods cables for the Cooler Master HX 1200 volt. Make sure that you check the Cooler Mods compatibility page because there are so many versions of these Cooler Mod wires, man. Oh my god, you'd lose your fucking mind if you grabbed the wrong one. And here's as good a place as any to sort of end the video, simply because I'm on the verge of falling over and passing out. This kind of went off like a podcast, except I tried to be more focused on a subject rather than ranting and raving for a good solid 30 minutes.